Okay, so we are going to do I'm going to show you guys how to fix mistakes in your Smiley. But to do that, we're going to go ahead and download a file that I have made incorrectly on purpose, or I made it and then I messed it up. So first we're going to go to the Tech Ed Daily Agenda page, in which you should already be on. Make sure you download the Fix This Face file. You can either choose the little download arrow right away, or you can click on the link and go up here to download. Okay, when it downloads, we're not going to double click on it. All right, we're going to minimize our browser and then go to SketchUp. I apologize if my voice is difficult to hear. All right, so we're going to go to, instead of opening up a new file, we're going to open file, and then we'll come over here to downloads, and we're going to click on Fix This Face. I have a couple of them open because I opened it a couple times yesterday. All right, so the handout that you've been given shows you what it should look like, but this looks quite different than what it's supposed to. So we're just going to go ahead and start showing you how to fix these things. So one of the things that you'll notice right away is that the thickness is 2 inches, and on your sheet it's only supposed to be a 1/2 inch. So we need to make sure that that gets made thinner, so it's only 1/2 inch. And the way that we do that, it's a really common problem. So the way that we do that is we're going to use our orbit tool and slowly push your mouse forward so that you can see the bottom of it. And then we're going to go get your push-pull tool over here, and we're going to make sure that the bottom face is highlighted, and we're going to click it and we're going to drag it up, and you'll watch. You see now it's at 1 inch, so we can see over here that the thickness is only 1 inch now. Scrolling a little bit, and so then we're going to do it again, and we're just going to keep going until we get to that 1/2 inch. So having your dimensions there when you're making these changes and these fixes is really helpful, because it can show you exactly when you reach the correct dimension. Okay, so the next thing that we can look at is the width of the smiley. Now, or the mouth, it's not a smile. So we'll notice that the distance between the left edge and the left side of the smiley is just 1 inch, and that's actually correct. But the width of the smiley right here is 2 9/16 of an inch, and it's supposed to only be 2 inches, so that's too wide. So we're going to keep our push-pull tool, because what we're going to do is we're just going to scroll in here and then orbit this just a little bit so that we can see the inside wall of the mouth. And I'm going to scroll out just a little bit so that, oops, here we go, move forward, so that we can see that dimension as we make that change. And you're going to make sure that just that inside wall is highlighted, the one that needs to move, and then we're going to bring it over this way until it's only at 2 inches. So now our mouth is where it needs to be. All right, so we also have a problem with the slant here. So the height of the slant is okay, but the width of it is not. So from the left edge to the start of the slant, or the end of the slant, is 3/4 of an inch, but it's supposed to be 1 1/4 of an inch. And this bottom edge is supposed to be 2 3/4 of an inch, but it's 3 1/4. So what we're gonna do is we need to move that corner further to the right. So we're gonna get your black selection arrow. We're gonna scroll in here and select that edge. Okay, it's that corner right there. And then we're gonna grab the move tool, which is the tool that looks like a red plus with arrows on the ends. And we're gonna grab that edge and we're gonna start moving it over. Now you notice as I move this over, there's a red dotted line that's happening behind it. If I move away from that, then it gets to be black. So that means that I'm not moving straight and I'm moving other dimensions as well. So you want to make sure that that stays red. That's another reason why we made sure that all of our lines matched up with the axes. So it makes things like this easier. Okay, so we moved, and now we have a distance from the left side to that end of the slant is 1 1/4 inches, and that edge, or the bottom edge, has a length of 2 3/4 inches. All right, so we can get our selection tool back and just click anywhere on this outside of the gray so that that edge is not selected anymore. All right. Another issue is that this length right here, the left side, is 4 3/16 of an inch, and it's only supposed to be 3 7/8 of an inch. Over here, it's 5 5/16. So that means that it's too long. So what we're going to do is we're going to use our orbit tool and pull our mouse closer to us. We're going to go get that push-pull tool again, and we're going to click on that top face and start moving it down, and just very slowly. And so now we're at 3 7/8 of an inch and 5 inches. All right, so now we have the height is correct, the width is correct. Now, the last thing that we need to do is we are going to be moving one of the eyes, because the distance between the eyes is only supposed to be 1.5 inches, but it's 2 inches. The distance between the left eye and the edge is 3/4 of an inch, but it's supposed to be 1 1/4 inch, 1 1/4. So that means that this eye, the right eye, is in the correct place. It's the left eye that needs to move. So we're going to grab the left eye, and if I grab the left eye and click on the top circle and then grab the move tool and start moving it, you'll notice that it's only moving that top circle. All right, and we need to move both the front and the back circle, the circle that's on both faces. So we're going to go back up to our selection tool, and in order to select both, you need to press the control key. When I press the control key, you see on my mouse, it makes a little plus right next to it, and that allows me to select more than one thing at a time. Okay, so now I have both my front and my back circles selected, and I'm going to go back to my move tool, and I'm going to grab one, and just like before, there's going to be a little red line that shows that I'm moving it horizontally like I'm supposed to. And we keep moving it until this says 1 1/4 or 1 1/4 inch, and this says 1 1/2 inch. All right, and that now we have a face that looks just like it's supposed to. So what we're going to do now is I'm going to move this to the center. I'm going to take my black selection arrow and click outside of my figure so that nothing's selected. And then I'm going to go to down here to my search bar, and I'm going to start typing in snip, SN. And when I get to the snipping tool, I'm going to click on it. And then down here, I'm going to right click on it, and I have it pinned to my taskbar. So it's asking me to unpin it, but I want you guys to go ahead and pin it to your taskbar, because when we turn in SketchUp files, I don't want the big SketchUp file. I just want a picture of it. All right, so this is going to be like just taking a screenshot, but it's taking a screenshot of just what we need. So, oops. All right, so I want to make sure that I get all the dimensions in, that I can see them all. And I'm going to go to the snipping tool. I'm going to click new. I'm going to start a rectangle that's big enough that I can see all of the dimensions. And when I check and make sure, okay, I can read everything, I'm going to go up here to File, Save As, and then I'm going to go to OneDrive. It is really important that you make sure that you put this in OneDrive, because, excuse me, because if anything would happen and it gets lost, I need you to make sure that you know where it is. All right, so we're going to call this Fix This Face, and then I'm going to put my last name, Marino. The type of, you just save it as a PNG, press save, and then I'm going to create an assignment on Canvas, and you're going to submit just this PNG file, just the picture. All right. Okay. Thanks for watching, and let me know if you have any questions.